Hello, everyone. Yeah, a very warm welcome, everyone who has joined in. I am Archana Mehrotra, Corporate Finance Manager at Easy Ecom, and your host for the day. Along with me, we have Rahul Day. He's Product Manager at Easy Ecom, and Dibakar Patra, e-commerce accounting expert at Borosal, who will give you a deep dive into systems accounting purview and SAP walkthrough. We recently hosted a live session on teleintegration under our webinar series, Mastering E-commerce Operations with Easy Ecom, to give you a tally walkthrough and how it simplifies your accounting management. In case you missed it, please head over to your YouTube channel, but obviously after this webinar. You can also subscribe and bookmark the channel handle so that you can keep all the detailed videos on various system functionalities as well as previously held webinars at any time reference. To make today's session as interactive and successful as our previous sessions, I will need your active participation. My team would my team would be sharing a few polls during the course of the session. Please ensure that you make your vote count. You can also post all your concerns and queries in the question tab, and my team will revert to each one of them and take up the most common queries during the live question and answer session. Well, now that you know how we can interact on this platform, let's start with today's discussion. Once you integrate your SAP account with Easy Ecom, the system will sync your multi-channel sales invoices, credit notes, and payments with SAP. Not only this, the SAP integration can help you easily manage outstanding payments and get invoice-wise breakup of charges. This certainly saves time in accounting and process and eliminates the chances of manual errors. Now, without any further ado, I would request Rahul to start with the SAP walkthrough. Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, Archana, for handing over and a warm welcome to all of you. So, in this today's session, I will be walking you through a few of the slides on how this SAP, how we have successfully managed to integrate with SAP for syncing all the data. So, when you talk about the data that is related to inventory, stock, the sales order, the return, and the payment. So in this today's webinar, today's session, I will be walking you through all of them one by one, and it will be followed by our live demonstration of how the data has been synced from Easy Ecom to SAP. So as the screen has been projected, as you can see that when you come to the SAP, there is broadly in the market there is two version of SAP. One is the SAP ECC part, which we call it as an enterprise version, a version used by big company, big brand, and where all this manufacturing division, procuring division, as well as the invoice division and taxes, each and everything are maintained over there. And the next is the SAP business one, which is normally used by a small business player, and we have an integration with both of them. So if you go to the next slide, you can see that there has been some of the prerequisites of SAP integration. So when you say prerequisites, so it means that these are some of the mandatory activity that need to be performed via every seller or every client before integrating their SAP with Easy Ecom. So, as the first point mentioned, the first and foremost point is whatever the accounting SQ. When you say an easy ecom, inside an easy ecom, all this master product, each and everything will be created. And against every SQ that has been created in easy ecom, the same thing will be, and the same thing need to be mapped with accounting SQ, which we call it as an material master in SAP as well as the unit of measurement. So once these things are done, the next thing is in every SAP plant. Suppose in your SAP there are around 7 to 10 different plant that has been used only for the e-commerce section. So if there is a 7 to 10 different plant, the same plant need to be replicated in Easy Ecom, which we call it as a location. And against every plant, we have to link it with the SAP via plant code. Again, how this linking part can be done, this is something that I will walk you through the system. The next thing is configuring an SAP plant with the following parameter. So when you talk about the plant configuration, there is something called a configuration file, which we hand over to the client, and in that plant configuration file, against every plant location, the following description need to be populated in that, or it need to be updated in that file. Like, what is the sales organization for the particular plant? What is the plant code that you're maintaining in your SAP? Then what is the storage location? So against every plant code, there must be a dedicated storage location. Then what is the customer code? You have to specify the customer code. Again, suppose let me say the customer code of Flipkart, Amazon, and Paytm. Suppose let me say you have right now you are dealing with 3 marketplaces, and the customer code for every one of them is different. So all of these things can be need to be maintained and updated in that configuration file. And the next thing is B2B customer. Suppose if you have if there is some seller called B2B customer, then all these B2B customer need to be first created in SAP first, and whatever the corresponding customer code is, all these things need to be maintained in the same configuration file and updated in Easy. Then in the next slide, there is two mode of integrating Easy Ecom with SAP. One is via file-based operation, or we call it as an FTP, where a dedicated FTP server need to be hosted at your site. And in that FTP server, you have to whitelist the IP. The EasyEcom server IP need to be whitelisted over there. So once this server IP has been whitelisted, inside that FTP, there are some kind of structure. A root path need to be defined where all this data flow will take place, data exchange will take place. And based on that, we used to place a file, we used to push a file to the FTP either on the format of text, .txt format, .csv format, or .xls format. Again, depends upon how your SAP has been configured. And via the same FTP, your SAP need to be configured in such a way that as soon as EasyEcom places a file in that FTP, from the very same FTP, your SAP picks up the file and do all this bulk posting, each and everything. The next thing is via using EasyEcom API endpoint URL, where we can expose our public API endpoint, and via the public API endpoint, you can consume, and all this relevant data can be fetched and posted in your SAP accordingly. And next thing in this slide, we mention how the data flow will take place. So in this, what will be the source and what will be the destination of a data flow. So in the first section, you can see what is the data flow that happens from SAP to EasyEcom. So the first one is a purchase order. So as soon as you create any purchase order in SAP, the same thing can be pushed to EasyEcom, against which your warehouse party can take the GRN. And next thing, if you are not using any warehousing module with EasyEcom, then you can update the stock directly against every material. And all these things, all this exchange can be done either via FTP or file-based. We have a flexibility with both of them. And the next segment, you can see that what is the data flow that happens between EasyEcom to SAP. So in this data flow, you can see first is the GRN detail. As soon as someone receives a purchase order in EasyEcom and they do the GRN, so whatever the GRN has been done in the day, all this GRN detail can be consumed and posted in the SAP. The next is the sales invoice posting, where again, the source will be EasyEcom and destination will be SAP. So in a day, whatever the invoices, whatever the sale you get from different types of platform, so all these things will be first pulled in EasyEcom first. And once your warehouse team is done with all the order processing and dispatch, each and everything, then in a bulk, all this sales posting can be pushed to your SAP for the record keeping purposes. Next is the credit note posting. Since You are selling a product, you also expect a product to be returned to you. So whatever the product that has been returned, it must be first marked in easy ecom. And as soon as a return has been marked, whatever the relevant credit note that can be taken to your SAP for managing the books and doing the posting accordingly. And the last is, since all this sales and credit note posting has happened, and against this data, against this sales and credit notes, whatever the receipt that you receive from a marketplace, whatever the payment receipt that you receive from a marketplace, all this receipt can be pushed to your SAP in a single go, where against each and every open invoices that is present, this once this receipt is posted, all these things are knocked off and your settlement is done accordingly. So this was about the slide. So let me just share my screen and walk you through the system also, how the integration model will look like. So I hope my screen is visible to you, where the first thing first, as I said, that you need to maintain a product master. So to do that, you can go to easy ecom, and inside this there is something called master product master section. So once you do that, you can see over here that these are the different types of product that has been created, and this product has been linked to different types of platform. When I say platform, it is the online marketplace that this product is listed upon. So against every product, there is something called accounting SKU and accounting unit, which I was talking in the slide. That this is something how the material has been named in your SAP and what is the unit of measurement. So in order to do that, you can just go to the update product section. So this is one of the file, as you can see, and where all this SKU that has been created in EasyEcom will be pre-populated here. And against every SKU, there is a column called accounting SKU and accounting unit, which is nothing but the SAP SKU and SAP unit of measurement. So this accounting SKU and accounting unit need to be filled and mapped against each and every one of this SKU. And once you're done, the file format is in CSV. You have to save it in CSV file format and upload it from this option. Choose file and submit. Once you're done, the file will be uploaded and all this accounting SKU and unit will be mapped. So this is the first step. The next step is plant configuration that need to be done via configuration sheet. So let me just show you one of the template. So again, as I told you, that if there is a 7 different plant which is dedicated for e-commerce, so all this plant need to be created in easy ecom. As you can see, which you call it as a location. As you can see that in this account there is 2 plant created. One is with the name of easy ecom demo primary, and other is the name of Patil Warehouse Mumbai. So since there's 2 plant, the same 2 plant that is present in your SAP, these 2 of them need to be mapped, and these things are done via a configuration file. So I have one of the template in front of me of how this configuration file will look like. As you can see that in this configuration file, these are the first sheet where you have to pre-populate what is the sales organization code, distribution code, what is the plant code, and what is the storage location. And once this thing is done, the next thing is defining a customer mapping. Suppose this is the customer mapping sheet that you want to upload. So against every state, whatever the customer code you have, you need to just upload it over here. This left side, which is the state name, will be pre-populated, and against this you have to provide the customer code, against which state what is the customer code that you are maintaining. And suppose, let me say, if you have a B2B customer against which you are receiving an order via easy ecom, so all this B2B customer configuration can be done from the B2B mapping. where at one point you have to provide the buyer GST detail, and on other field you have to provide the customer code that has been created in easy in your SAP against that GST. So once you are done, again this sheet is again dependent for every plant. You have to create a new sheet, a mapping sheet, a fresh sheet, and you have to upload it in easy ecom. So once these things are done, then the next thing is there is a server IP with us, which at the time of integration we can share it with you if you're going with a file-based operation. So that IP that it needs to be whitelisted from your side, where every time you push a data to your FTP, you will be receiving a file incoming from that IP. So once these things are done, then you need to go to the accounting section. And in the accounting section, you have to go to the ERP integration side, where it will show you the list of all this channel, all the ERP that we have an integration with. So we have an integration with SAP B1, we have an integration with SAP ECC, Oracle, QuickBooks, Tally, and Navision. So if you click on the FTP ECC, which is the file-based operation, this is something that you have to specify, like what is the credential of your FTP, what is the username, password, what is the port that you have to hit, and what is the directory. So all these things need to be mentioned. And once you're done and click on add channels, then you can go ahead with the posting thing. So this was about the setup for further part of how the data sync happens between Easy Ecom and SAP. I would ask Mr. Borosil to Mr. Divakar to take it up. Divakar, up to you.
Thank you, Rahul. Hope my screen is visible. So once the data will generated to FTP folder, so we have to assign a program to post the sale, return, and the bank receipt. In all of the cases, all the files will be pushed from EasyCom portal to your SAP server, that is FTP folder that is generated in your server, which is pushed by EasyCom team, and the file will be generated. So let me demonstrate you how the sale posting will be done. This is a program by which the sale entry will be posted in the SAP. In this, first the order will be created, at the same time PGI will be generated, and the invoice will be generated in a single file. So I have run the program. It will take a few minutes. I have taken only 5 orders because if we run number of orders, it will take so much time. The screen is the posting is taking time because at the back end all the 5 orders have to create the sale order. At the same time PGI, the system will automatically check whether the stock is available or not. After that it will take into the invoicing, that is VA01 for standard SAP posting. Then the posting will be done. All the posting now all the postings are done. Let me take a case where the order is generated till the from generating order to invoice posting. You can see here the order is generated, the PGI done, and the invoice is generated. And after that invoicing, the SD document, the accounting document is also generated. Let me demonstrate you next how the CN is posted through the same FTP folder. You have to run the same T code. Same file for we have created some different program for all the postings. Again, it will take few minutes. For this, I have maintained a single one order only. Hope it will not take so much time. At the same time, if if there is an error, it will show the error file also. In the FTP folder, you can find a folder for result file also. If there is any case you have not generated any, if some in case the SAP will stop for any reason, that will show remarks against the in written folder. Once the CN will be posted, it's not the, it's against the order. That means once the order is replaced or written by the customer, it shows this is the flow of the order against the return. Once the order will generated, the PGI will be done. After the accounting entry, the return will be initiate, and the same order you can find the CN process. We have completed sales posting and the CN posting, credit note posting. Let us move to the bank receipt. So I have maintained this in foreground mode to a clear picture. Let me execute. So for standard T code, we are processing this for from FB01. So document date is 31. On the 30th of this December, we have received the amount. So document date and posting date, we are maintaining the same. These are the orders. This is the posting for Mintra, and we have maintained the customer code and for state, interstate and intrastate. So against this order particularly, we have received 975 rupees. All the amount will be debited to the particular customer account. In a bank receipt for e-commerce transaction, TDS will be deducted for 2%. That is also mentioned in the posting, and the same TCS also. At the same time, in every seller portal, they are deducting some charges that is called as commission or other charges. That will also posted in the same bank receipt entry. You do not have to post any of the JVs or other entries apart from this. On a single entry, all the posting will be done. This is the document number which is generated. We can see it.
So I think we have lost Divakar in between. Anyhow, he was done with all this SAP part of how this integration happens between EasyEcom, and he has also shown you how this posting can be done for related to posting related to sales, credit notes, and payments. This is something that Divakar have shown you. So we are now coming to the last point for open Q&A.
Yeah, let's head over to questions. Like I said earlier, our team will now be answering the common system queries live. And while we are at it, if you have any more queries, please post them in the questions tab.
So I have one question from Avantika. How much involvement is needed from our SAP team? So again, as I have said before, it depends upon the version of your SAP, whether you are integrating with SAP B1 or SAP ECC, and also the mode of integration that you are looking for, whether it is API mode integration or it is and F file based operation. So based on this, the effort and the involvement from both party can be decided. So again, someone is asking that what is the different type of integration. So as I have already mentioned, that there are two types of integration over here. One is via API, where you can consume the EasyEcom endpoint URL and do all this integration and all. And other is the FTP based integration, where all this data, there will be a structured data will be structured in a specific format, either in the form of text, CSV, or XLS, and based on this file based operation can also be done. So again, Navneet is asking that is this integration supported for all the marketplaces? Yes, we have an integration with all the leading marketplaces like Amazon, Paytm, and Flipkart. Whatever the marketplace, you can just integrate it directly, and all this data like data related to sales, credit notes, and payment will start flowing to EasyEcom. And once they are in EasyEcom, the same thing can be posted to your SAP for documentation purposes. So Archana, I think the Q&A, I'm no more getting a Q&A, so I think we can wrap it up.
So I hope we have been able to answer all your system queries and explain you the SAP walkthrough in depth. In case you are still exploring the system web functionalities, please feel free to connect with our solution experts. We hope to see you soon in our next session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, team.